Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hi.
Hello, honey. Thank you for coming to our dining room table and joining me for this broadcast. We ate at IHOP, and we ate at IHOP this morning, just about an hour ago. We got pickup because about a few weeks ago they came out with a new promotion, new item, and it's called Steakhouse Premium Bacon. Although Premium Steakhouse Bacon seems to make more sense to me. I'll call it both probably throughout this entire podcast. Premium Steakhouse Bacon, which is described as I scroll down to Hickory Smoked Steakhouse Premium Bacon. That is 5X. That means 5 times thicker. Now, they misspelled thicker. They spelled it with a CK. Everyone knows you spell it THICC.
More C's, the more thick.
THICCCC. Hickory Smoked Steakhouse Premium Bacon that is 5 times thicker than a regular slice of bacon and cooked to a crispy perfection, drizzled with maple glaze. And so we were excited to try this out. We're like, this is something good, and this is something, it's a notable item. It's like a Popeye's chicken sandwich. Maybe not that big, but it's definitely something that was different and new and unique. So we wanted to try it. Now, this morning we were snuggling in bed, my darling.
Yes.
I started preparing very early for our breakfast.
Hours of preparation.
Yes, hours of prep at lunch while you snoozed away. But I was like looking around on their app and their website, and we were snuggling in bed, your head in my armpit.
Yes.
As it is.
My favorite place.
And you just look at me and you say, my dream man, my dream man. But I broke the horrifying, heartbreaking news to you this morning while we were snuggling that the West Sac, we're in West Sacramento, the West Sacramento IHOP does not carry the premium steakhouse bacon.
Devastating.
Devastating. I'm still reeling from it. I'm literally shaking, spiraling. But the two other nearby IHOPs, one on N Street in Midtown Sacramento, and the one on Northgate, which is Natomas-ish area.
North Sacramento.
Yeah, North Sacramento. Both have premium steakhouse bacon.
Why?
Exactly.
Why?
So the West Sacramento IHOP is it's near Walmart. It's right in the same shopping center as Walmart, IKEA, less than 10 minutes away. I thought I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna grab a haircut. By the way, I got my haircut this morning, as you can see. It's fair. It's middling. It's almost terrible. But let me ask you this: It's Sunday. Right now it's 1 p.m. on Sunday. I got my haircut like, let's say 11 a.m. ish Sunday. The lady cutting my hair said, "So do you have any plans for the weekend?" I was like, "Lady, it's Sunday." What the?
It's nearly Sunday evening.
Right. I was like, my Sunday evening, this isn't Thursday, it's not Friday, it's not Saturday, it's Sunday. Threw me off, and I was like, hanging out with my family. But, yeah, I thought that was odd.
That was.
You don't have to chat, is what I'm saying. Hair cutter.
Better to say nothing.
Great clips lady who is nice, but you just say, hi, how are you? And get to cutting my hair. Okay, so we were snuggling in bed. West Sac, no premium bacon. So I decided N Street because Natomas is a little bit, they're almost equidistant.
I think so, yeah.
N Street's, I think, 2 minutes closer according to Google Maps. I hopped in the Postmates app because I have a $10 off coupon code. So I hop in the Postmates app and IHOP is in there. They carry IHOP or whatever. And so I start diddling up our order. That sounds odd.
I don't know what that word is.
I start inputting our order because I had a $10 coupon, which did not work. My $10 coupon code, but I continued on.
So many hurdles.
Right. Well, about how long did the ordering process take today, honey? Hour and a half.
I was gonna say 2 hours.
You know me. I get nuts. Like when I get into the McDonald's app.
Oh gosh.
Because I try to look for the deal.
You know what? If we're being honest, I think you started this last night.
Yeah. Well, it was the germination was pollinating in my brain last night, and then the execution began this morning while you were asleep in my armpit, as you do, as my beautiful wife does. But like when I start ordering on like the McDonald's app, I'm always like adding this and subtracting this and okay, this is a deal, but how much would it cost separate? It's quite the sojourn.
You leave no stone unturned in the McDonald's app.
I want to save as much as possible. I want to hit that nexus between
Yes.
saving money and making my family happy. Where the Venn diagram co-joins. I want to be there. I want to make my family happy, and I want to save $5. If I could save $5 as opposed to $3 or $4, and well, it comes down to what is my time worth? Obviously, not very much. So I hop in the Postmates app, and so I start inputting our order there. Now these Postmates, Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, they're all the same with their fees. They're just absolutely through the roof.
Oh, yeah. It's out of hand.
So our order, which was about $30-ish, it was $35 via Postmates, first of all. And then these fees. So it was $35.45 just for the food. And then here come the fees. Merchant fee, $6.38. What? So merchant is IHOP. We're giving you business, IHOP.
I don't know how it works.
Over $6.
I don't understand.
I do not. I don't get it. Next fee, service fee, $8.31. That's a lot. And then the third fee, California driver fee, which is $2.50, which is, now, as California, we just passed Prop 22, which classifies drivers as employees. There's a few conditions, but basically they have some benefits. I voted against it because I'm like, well, these app drivers, they don't want to be classified as employees. They want as little hurdle as possible to earn money. For a while, I used to go on YouTube, and you witnessed this.
Oh, yeah.
And I would watch these DoorDash and drivers, Grubhub, and they literally wait in parking lots, staring at their phones, waiting for an order, so they can earn about $8 an hour. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. And yeah, IHOP may be getting the short end of the stick because there's that story.
Yep.
DoorDash already cuts their thin margins. But I think about the men and women who are in parking lots who out here trying to feed their kids, waiting for an order to pop up via Grubhub. So I have a little bit of a problem using these apps.
I do too.
And websites, but I don't have a huge problem. If it comes down to it, I will use them.
We do use them, but sparingly.
Yeah. So the merchant fee $6.38, service fee $8.31, California driver fee $2.50. There's tax, of course. Our food came to $35.45 with all those fees with tax. It came to $59.73.
Wow.
That's before tip. That's before tip. So it drove me to the edge, much like John Wick. I was pushed to the brink, and I wouldn't take it no more. So much like in Batman, the original Batman, which came out in 1989, I think. Michael Keaton, and this is quite a reach. It's about 40 years old. No, 30 years old. But I remember the line that he said, Michael Keaton said, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." So that's what I said to stupid Postmates app. I said, "You want to get crazy? We can get crazy." So I was like, honey, I'm driving to the N Street locale to save about $29. I'll say $30 for the YouTube video because you need a salacious headline for the clicks. But a $30 difference if I drove in the Midtown location is about 12 minutes from here.
Yeah. That is amazing.
Yeah. So I transfer our order, or I input our order again to IHOP, the app, or it was IHOP.com. Same difference, one or the other. And I had a code for 20% off. Our food came to $30.84. I've saved $7.09 from with the 20% off coupon. So from $59 to $30, $29. Again, let's just say $30 for the clicks, for the attention grabbing headline, and that's huge.
That is, yeah.
So it's kind of rainy out there, and our weekends are very special, and I don't like to leave home. I want to be with my family. I want to be with my kids. I want to be with my wifey, but I braved the rain. I braved the homeless encampments of Midtown Sacramento, and I drove out there.
You're very brave.
I am. Courage. #courage. Okay, so I saved nearly $30 with the coupon. Now, one thing about the coupon, it was pickup only. It's called IHOP and Go. because everyone's in a rush these days. Which I like the dine-in because, remember, they give you the carafe of coffee. They literally give you a pitcher. If you order coffee, they give you a pitcher of coffee, and they place it at your table, and you just pour your coffee. You don't have to wait for the highly overworked waitress to come around and look at your mug. You just pour yourself coffee all day, and there's a helicopter. Popo on the go-go.
I love the dine-in experience.
Yeah.
And it's fun at IHOP, too. It's just chill.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get to the location. This is at N Street and 30th in Sacramento. First off, tiny parking lot. And it was full. It was full. So, super small park. I had to park on the street like an animal.
Probably all the employees taking the spots.
Like a savage. It's right next to a very seedy motel. I mean...
Oh yeah.
There's a prostitution going on there. I'm saying. So if you want to get your hotcakes with a happy ending, maybe they should do a promotion. IHOP and the seedy motel.
2 for 1.
Yeah, a 2 for 1. They should advertise it right next to the premium Steakhouse bacon. Just very questionable motel with questionable people staying there, questionable residents, and the area is very. Well, it's Midtown. Midtown used to be the crown jewel of Sacramento, California, I would say. But now it's there was and I took a picture of this and I showed it to you. There was a dish, an IHOP to-go breakfast, fully in its container, but it was spilled out. Someone had spilled it.
Yeah.
And no one had cleaned it right in front of the front door before you walk in.
Pancakes intact.
It was disheartening. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
The waiting, okay, so you walk in the waiting area, the lobby area, super small, and there was already people waiting. There were about 12 people waiting, 3 or 4 groups, parties. So there was 0 social distancing. One guy was waiting by the bathroom entrance because there was nowhere to wait. I stood next to the bench. I refused to sit on those benches because I don't know who sat on those benches. If the people, I was at Denny's on Howe Avenue once, and I specifically remember I walked in, and on the benches where you wait while waitress needs to seat you, there was a homeless man.
Oh.
Fully asleep.
Oh, wow.
But the Denny's people didn't seem to care. They didn't want to bother with him, and so I was just like. I can imagine what's going on at this Midtown IHOP location. So I stood there like a savage, and they had hand sanitizer right next to the cash register. But it was like the bottle holding the hand sanitizer was like a Costco-sized bottle of Roundup.
Yeah, it's like industrial size.
Yeah, like if you can picture like when you pull up the little spray trigger and it's connected to a tube to the giant bottle, which probably held Pennzoil or Roundup. It was just something to see. Like they're not playing in there. And I saw another note is that I saw a DoorDash driver who came to pick up an order. And if this was my DoorDash driver, I would not want him picking up my order. He looked very, not fragrant, very questionable. I question his morals, his ethics. Now they have, with all these apps, they have leave it at the door option, contactless delivery. Just leave it at my porch.
Yeah.
You go for that because you don't want to see these DoorDash drivers in person.
You don't want to see. Ignorance is bliss.
Right. And then so the wait. So you like one guy walked in and he was there with his daughter, and the waitress takes down his name, and she goes, "My name is Paul," whatever. And she goes, "Oh, it's about 15-minute wait." Writes down his name, and then 2 seconds later, a group of people who were sitting there on one of the benches said, "We've been waiting for 40 minutes." So what the hell is going on here? 15 minutes to 40 minutes?
Chaos.
Oh. And another thing is that I just wrote down Julie. So this is what happened. Waitress who's taking down names at the cash register asks a lady there, "Hey, have you been put down on the waiting list?" And she said, "Yeah, that lady," and she pointed to the hostess, the head waitress, the leader, whoever. Yeah. She put us down on the waiting list. And then so the waitress said, "Oh, what's your name?" And the lady responded, "Julie." And then the waitress looked down at the the piece of paper, the waiting list, the queue, as it were. Didn't see a Julie. And you could tell, I mean, she was very diplomatic about it, very stoic. She looks down at the list, furrows her brow, because she did not see Julie's name on the list. And then she looks across at the maitre d' / head waitress / hostess, who was, again, not thin, a not thin gal. And she kind of shakes her head left and right, like SMH,
Yes.
shaking my head. And she proceeded to write down Julie's name, who probably had to wait now 45 minutes for decent pancakes, let's be honest. We used to go to the Bradshaw IHOP when we lived in Rosemont, California. Very pleasant experience.
Yeah.
We've been there at least once together. I went there once by myself.
Yeah, I've been there many times.
Yeah,
because I lived there for so long.
It's roomy. It's the waitresses work hard. Always
Yeah.
had a good experience. This was Julie. You should go to the Bradshaw location. The food came. It was 4 minutes late. I was supposed to get it at 12:12. At 12:16, I had the food, and she just handed it to me. The not thin waitress / maitre d' / whatever. She just handed me a bag, and there was no tip jar. I'd already paid through the app with my credit card, so I didn't tip. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry.
You don't like to tip ahead of time. That's
Right, well-
a personal preference for you. So you don't like to add a tip when you're initially purchasing
Right.
an order, but you do tip once you get your food and you're actually there.
Right. Well, that's the worst. I hate tipping ahead because you haven't had the food yet. You haven't had the rest of the service. You haven't had the ambiance. You haven't had the food. So, and plus, waitresses like cash. They don't want the tip to come through the credit card. So when they ask you to tip or let you tip on the little iPad dealio, that's nonsense. I give them a cool, crisp $1 bill for quick service. Okay. Let's get to the food. So some menu notes. The prices were just some items were just astronomical. Now the sides section of the menu. Toast was $3.29. Now this is 2 slices of white bread or whatever bread you want.
Yeah.
Wheat, whatever, sourdough. 2 slices of white bread cut into 4 pieces to make it seem like more food. And they slather some butter on there for $3.29.
Out of this world, ridiculous.
Are you speechless or are you speechless?
That's the cost of an entire loaf of bread that we personally never purchase because it's too expensive. We go
Right.
for the cheaper loaves.
Right. Well, and that's the other thing. The quality of the bread is like Wonder Bread or Dollar
Right.
Tree white bread. It's not artisanal. There isn't some master baker behind there baking loaves of bread at 2 a.m. for the breakfast crowd. You can get a loaf of this bread for $1 Dollar Tree, or I think it's like 84 cents because we buy it sometimes.
The
Cheap white bread at Walmart.
the great value is, I think it's 88 cents.
Yeah. So $3.29 is just it's highway robbery. Next side item of note, a slice of ham, $4.99.
One slice
One
of ham.
thin slice of ham, of average ham.
Right.
And you can get a small ham, like a little butt of ham or whatever, at Walmart for the same price, maybe $5-6.
Right.
We've done that. We've gotten a little ham thingy. What's Franklin doing over there? That's our cat. We've gotten the small ham for $5, $6, $7.
Right.
It was and throw it in the oven. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So one slice of questionable ham, average ham, $5. Blew my mind. Next on the side, a fruit bowl. Now, first of all, these come in tiny bowls.
Tiny bowls of the lowest quality,
Bottom
of the barrel.
sad-looking fruit. And it's mostly honeydew melon, which is a terrible fruit.
Oh, it's horrible. It's always honeydew,
Right.
cantaloupe,
Right.
a poor quality strawberry, and maybe if you're lucky, one piece of pineapple.
Right.
If they are going crazy that day.
One red grape usually.
Oh yeah, there's the grape.
And the honeydew melon usually has like the pulpy, limp, wet edge to it, like a little tail, like a little arm flailing. It's terrible. And again, the bowl is small. So for that, for a couple slices of crappy honeydew melon, $4.19.
Jeez.
Out of this world. Another fascinating item on the menu is called the Syrup Caddy. And this is described as, try our syrups all day on some of your IHOP favorites. Comes in a single serve portion just for you, for free. Oh, and it's free. So there's no cost.
Why didn't we get it?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Well, because I had pancakes.
I know. It sounds and looks so cute and fun.
Yeah, so if you can imagine like a flyer, like is that what they call them when you go to a bar and they serve you like 6 little beers, like a flyer of beer?
I don't know.
Yeah, a flight is what they call.
Okay.
So it was like a flight and the 4 syrups, but to me they all taste pretty much same, like maple pecan, blueberry, strawberry, and regular old school syrup. So yeah, we should have got that though.
Next time.
Also, they have family feast, and you can choose your options, but it's a bunch of eggs, not a bunch, but you feed a family of 3 or 4 eggs, pancakes, whatever sausage or bacon, and it's under $30, so not a bad deal. Okay, let's get to our food.
Yes.
We ordered. Let's start out with our children, our darling children, Wow Chows as we call them, Wild Child, Wow Chow. We got them fries. One order of fries each.
We always get them fries.
Yes.
Wherever we go.
Well, they have low standards, and we're cheap. No, that's all they want. That's want all fries.
They want, and they're happy.
When we go out to eat, we make sure the menu has fries, and then we order a side of fries. So we got them 2 sides of fries for $3.99 each, which is $7.98 total. $8. Please comment on the portion, honey.
Teeny weeny. Teensy weensy.
Yellow polka dot bikini. Darling daughter, Luna Marie, who is a fast eater, and we love her for it. But she put them away within 2 minutes.
Well, it was the second she took it out of the bag, she said, "What is this?
Yeah.
There's hardly any."
Yeah. Well, she said, and I'm quoting her tone and everything, she said, "Disappointment." So it was not a lot of fries, and for $4, and I think that's right about the price of a McDonald's large fries, which is a lot more, and they're better fries. Did you have any of the fries?
No, I didn't.
Luna, how are the fries?
They were good, but I just think that there should have been a little more.
She said they were good, but that there should have been a little more.
Yeah, a lot more for $4. Yeah, it was very disappointing, the amount.
Yes.
Okay, so their orders were the fries. Now when we were ordering, you were waffling between the burrito, which is a new-ish item there at IHOP. They have a bunch of different types of burritos, and the crepes. Why did you want a burrito, honey, from IHOP of all places?
I haven't had a burrito in a while. And who doesn't love a warm tortilla stuffed with meat and vegetables?
But for breakfast and an IHOP burrito, I told her just go with the breakfast because that's what IHOP does.
Right.
And for the pod, for the people, no one is out here going to IHOP for a burrito.
So I ordered what I always get at IHOP is the Swedish crepes.
Correct. For $10.99, described as 4 delicate crepes topped with sweet tart lingonberries and lingonberry butter. What the heck is a lingonberry?
I don't know.
It's like a fruit. It's a Swedish fruit jelly thing.
It's so you get your 4 crepes plain, nothing on it, like no powdered sugar, nothing, no butter.
Right.
You get a little tub of the lingonberry jam or sauce, and then what's the other tub? The butter. I don't know, like a lingon.
Well, it comes with sweet tart lingonberries, which is like a compote.
Yeah,
by the way, compote is a terrible word for for fruit or something sweet. Compote. Sweet tart lingonberries, so it has the compote of the lingonberry.
Yes.
And then lingonberry butter, where they mix in.
So it's butter and they mix that in. So
right.
And I always put both on. Mm-hmm. It's very strong. It's a very strong flavor. It's kind of tart. But it's delicious, and it's so good because the crepes themselves are not much flavor. Mm-hmm. It's the texture, really.
Yeah.
It's kind of a squishy, eggy texture.
Right.
But yeah, I get this every time we go to IHOP. I think it's so good. It's also unique.
Yeah.
You don't really see that anywhere else.
Absolutely. I'm not a fan of crepes. I dislike the texture. It's just too soft. There's nothing going on. And you like to make these pancakes with
yes,
eggs and bananas.
Yeah.
I say they're very crepe-like.
They are. They're kind of squishy and eggy.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of those either, honey. You know, I love your cooking, but
I make them and I eat the whole batch because no one else wants them.
Right. When we have bananas that are about to go bad,
Right.
because Lennox Albert, Darling's son, he likes some brown, the banana brown, but not too brown. So please rate your Swedish crepes from 1 to 10.
9.
Really? Wow.
It's one of my favorite things.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, well, you didn't give me a bite. And you almost didn't give Luna a bite. Luna asked for a bite after her 3 French fries that they gave her. And you didn't want to give her you gave her like a snip, but not a full bite.
I gave her a bite and then she's like, no, I want a whole piece. I said, what?
It was almost it was like 2 tigers out in the wild there for a minute. So you give it a 9. That's high praise.
I want to say 8.5. Can I
Okay.
change my rating?
No.
Is it too late?
Yes, 8.5. I got the Steakhouse Premium Bacon Breakfast with pancakes because waffles don't travel well. I'm a waffle dude. I love waffles. But you put them in the container. The condensation happens, and then the waffle, after 10 seconds, it's no longer a waffle. Well, it turns into a crepe or a bacon. So I got it with pancakes. It was $14.99. I got an extra slice of premium bacon breakfast for you so we could both try it.
Yes.
And again, the premium steakhouse bacon, steakhouse premium, whatever it's called, described 2 slices of, we had 3 slices of tender, juicy hickory smoked steakhouse premium bacon, finished with a slightly sweet maple glaze, served with golden hash browns, 2 eggs, and 2 fluffy buttermilk pancakes. I got it no maple glaze just because I wanted to taste the bacon. I didn't want to cloud it with syrup.
Understandable.
And I wouldn't normally put syrup on my bacon, so I just want to try the premium bacon. And I ordered, and the options I had were, how do I want my eggs? I got it over medium, because I like over easy, but I've gotten too many over easy that were barely cooked.
Oh, yeah.
Like they flipped them over and then threw it to the plate. Too much snot, too much mucus. You have the option through the website /app of asking for your hash browns crispy with no upcharge. So I ordered them crispy, and then we got extra slice of Steakhouse Premium Bacon for you, for my wife, for $1.49. So my breakfast came to $16.48. My quick review: eggs were good. I liked them. But again, I can make eggs.
They were eggs.
An egg costs about 10 to 12 cents, and I could throw them in a fryer, in a frying pan right here, in about a couple minutes, and have comparable eggs. The hash browns were good. I wouldn't call them crispy, but again, I had to drive. It was a 12 minutes of a tumultuous drive from Midtown Sacramento. But they did have some crunch on them, some crust. The pancakes were good. Pancakes were solid. It's IHOP.
IHOP pancakes are always dependable.
Yeah, you can always expect a solid pancakes. So I would rate my my entire breakfast 7. It was pricey, but there was nothing bad about it. Now, how would you rate? So going back to the Steakhouse Premium Bacon, which is why we went here. Yes. How would you rate it? Well, let's talk. What's your opinion?
Talk about my experience.
Yes, chewing it.
First of all,
yes,
we ate out of the to-go containers.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get any real silverware or plates from our house, so
Right.
we used the little packets of the plastic cutlery.
right.
So I attempted to cut a piece of my bacon with the flimsy plastic knife and fork. That wasn't working. I didn't even crack the surface.
Well, it is 5x thicker, honey.
it was thick, but it was also hard.
It was. Well,
So-
yeah, they do quote, they say cook to a crispy perfection.
So you said, just bite it.
I was like, just grab it with your hands, turn it, pretend you're a T-Rex or King Kong, just grab it and stick it and
Okay.
pull a piece of it off with your teeth.
So I attempted to do that.
Yes.
It was so difficult to penetrate with my teeth.
It was.
I had to like shake my head back and forth and gnaw at it.
Yeah.
And I finally broke a piece off. It is good. Once I was starting to chew, it was good.
Yeah.
It's a good thick piece of meat.
Right.
But with 5 times the thickness of meat, you get 5 times the thickness of fat. So there was a lot of fat, and I ended up ripping that off and just eating the meat.
Well, that's the thing. It was like, so it's a thin, I guess, long strip, but like one half is all fat and the other half is the meat or bacon or protein or whatever. So if you tear it apart in half, which I did at one point, because I was done eating the fat, and I just ate the bacon. They cook it crispy / crunchy, but it is, you gotta gnaw at it. You gotta like you're eating a Slim Jim or a beef stick, as Lennox Albert calls them. You gotta stick it in your mouth and pull it and yank on it. It's a piece of beef jerky. I thought the flavor was good. I would compare it to when I went to Morton's Steakhouse. We got something called pork belly, which is literally, they serve you, it's a slab of fat. Now that might sound like a turnoff, but let's be honest, fat is good. Fat is yummy. Fat is flavor, as Emeril Lagasse says. I think he says that. So so this pork belly at Morton's, you're eating it, and it tastes so flipping, because they grill it and they marinate it. They do everything to it. It's so flipping good, but it's pure fat. So in your mind, you're like, there's this back and forth. You're like, this tastes really good, and then on the other side of your brain, you're like, I'm eating pure fat. This is very disconcerting. So I would compare it to that. The fat side, the bacon side is good. It's thick bacon.
What does pork belly look like? Does it look like fat?
It looks like a giant slab of fat that they serve on a dish. They throw it down in front of you, and suddenly, as you say, honey, you gnaw like a caveman, and it's quite an experience. I'm glad I ate it. I will never eat it again. But so I would compare the fat half, the premium steakhouse bacon, to a pork belly. The other half, just a really thick piece of bacon. It was good. I had to floss right after.
It was okay.
Yeah. It was, but you know what? It was premium. I guess it was Steakhouse, and it was bacon. So where's the lie? So if you had to rate it 1 to 10, honey, how would you rate IHOP's premium steakhouse bacon?
4.
4?
Yeah.
I would go.
I know. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I would throw it up. I would throw it up with the rest of my breakfast, like 7, maybe 7.5.
Wow.
Because I enjoyed it. I had a good time. It was a good time. Just a few more notes. My to-go container, it was super cool. It was like 2 layers.
Yeah.
Like they put the eggs, the bacon, and hash browns in the bottom, and then there was like a plastic lid, and then on top was the pancakes. So everything didn't get mixed up. I thought that was super fancy. And for condiments, they only gave me 1 syrup and 1 butter.
But we got 10 packets of ketchup.
Right.
For our 10 French fries.
For our 6 French fries. Yeah. So it was a good time. I would say try it if you're interested.
If you like thick meat, thick fat.
Yeah. Know what you're
you'll
getting.
Like it.
If you want to try something, if you want to live your best life, man, try it. I enjoyed it. I don't think I'll ever order it again. But you know what? I think this is a bigger statement on the case of bacon, the state of bacon at most IHOP / Jenny's. It's pretty pathetic.
Right, it is.
You order. I've turned into a sausage man, or I get the smoked sausage or the longanisa, the tube sausage, because I've been disappointed by bacon too many times, and you will not disappoint me anymore. So I give it a 7.5. You give it a 4?
Yes.
Oh dear. Alrighty. Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our Casper Mattress promo code. We don't have a Casper Mattress promo code. Goodbye. I love you. We love you. I hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And yeah, I may have put the Sacramento Midtown IHOP location on blast. I exposed them, but I'm still a good person. We're still good people. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.